welcome to episode 186 of Gallifrey Pirate Radio. I am your host, Davey Beauchamp. And yes, I know it's been a while since we've had a new episode on YouTube. There have been a few episodes on our actual podcast via iTunes that you could subscribe to at our page or on iTunes. But lots of things have been happening, lots of changes going on with the show. But all hopefully going to be moving in that positive direction. The wind is blowing in the right direction, so to speak. So what we're really going to do today is just kind of go through a lot of the news that's going on right now in the Who world, because there is a lot going on. We'll start off with some of the bad news, especially for us Classic Who fans. The BBC has canceled The Underwater Menace due to issues with the company that was doing the animation, and which is interesting because they have already done a commentary track for said episode, so we don't know what's gonna happen. If it's going to appear at some point, we do not know. And it appears I do have a co-host today. I don't know if you saw him when he jumped up onto my table here. That is actually my cat, the Brigadier, or Briggs as I like to call him for short. But what makes this even more interesting is shortly after the Underwater Menace was canceled, the BBC worldwide tweeted, "We're hoping to release more Classic Who, and we'll let you know when we have the news." So we have to wonder, what does that actually mean? Does that mean we're going to get some reissues, especially here in the States where some of the episodes are ungodly expensive? And like the Time Monster, which makes no sense, or in War Games. Are we going to get some episodes on Blu-ray? Are there more missing episodes? Or are we looking at more digital releases? We really do not know yet, and we're just waiting for them to clarify what they tweeted. But we have some exciting news coming from Big Finish of all places. Well, not of all places. I mean, they've been just giving us so many pieces of incredible news lately. Everything from us getting the regeneration story for the Sixth Doctor to, oh yes, my buddy here, to new episodes of the current iteration of Unit with Kate Stewart. We now are going to get the Churchill Years, starring Ian McNice, the one who played Winston Churchill for all the episodes of New Who. So that's kind of exciting. We also are getting Classic Doctors versus New Who monsters. So let's start with the Sixth Doctor, where he's going to go up against Jadoon. The Seventh Doctor, the Sycorax. The Eighth Doctor, the Centaurans, in a new clone batch. And the one I'm most excited about, because it involves the Fifth Doctor versus the Weeping Angels. I think that has such incredible potential for a great story, even though it's going to be interesting to see how we interpret the angels in audio, as opposed to, since they're such a visual monster, with being able to see them or not see them with their movement. And finally, I think the biggest news is Alex Kingston is going to be doing coming back to the role of River Song. And the interesting thing is she's doing this in the Diary of River Song and Doom Coalition 2, which means she's going to be encountering the Eighth Doctor in both those stories, which should be very, very exciting. Because, you know, people have been clamoring for more River Song, they've been clamoring for more Eighth Doctor. Oh, and also, I forgot to mention, I might have done that in a previous episode, that Big Finish is also going to be doing new Torchwood adventures starring Captain Jack, which this now, I guess, leads open the possibility of a Captain Jack River Song crossover, which so many people have been clamoring about and wanting for, oh, I can't say the past 10 years, but the past couple of years, people wanted to see that thing, including Berryman and Kingston. And also in the realm of audio, BBC Audio will be producing a new Fourth Doctor adventure. They were doing it before Big Finish was with Tom, and they are doing it again. And now we have some other interesting rumors going about. One of the big ones going about right now is Jenna Coleman leaving Doctor Who. It appears she's up for some really beefy roles with the BBC, and if she takes said role, I believe, if I remember correctly, she's going to be playing the Queen of England. That means she will be most likely, possibly leaving the show. I haven't found much more about it. A lot of people aren't reporting it, so I just figured I'd throw that out there as sort of the rumor thing. Have to give some condolences, not condolences, because condolences are more bad, but our heart goes out to Sir John Hurt and his family, because he was just diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. He seems to be very, very optimistic, so, you know, we can only hope for the best, and because unfortunately I've known one too many people in the past couple of years that have battled cancer and have passed due to complications to it, which makes me very sad. But on to some even more exciting news. For some of you, you know that I, thanks to Maya, I started doing art. And it's the BBC America, in conjunction with their San Diego Comic-Con booth, asked for a bunch of fan art submissions for Series 8 and Orphan Black. I sent them a piece of art for Series 8, and I got in. So if you're at San Diego Comic-Con, you have a chance to see my Am I a Good Man piece at the BBC America booth. If you do get a chance to see it, if you can take a photo and send it to me, that would be awesome. Send it to the show, and we will put it out there with, you know, credit to the said photographer, or photographers, if more than one of you send me a copy of that. Also, last weekend I was at Heroes Con, and it was really cool because I took lots of photos of people dressed up in their Doctor Who costumes. Heroes was a blast, and behind me is a little montage of some of the various photos we saw at the convention. So, as for GPR, lots of things are changing here. As you can tell, I am by myself. There's a chance that I will be by myself for quite some time doing stuff in the world of Doctor Who. I am trying to get some really cool interviews lined up until we get to the new season, getting some guest hosts along the ride to review some stuff, talk about some stuff. Hopefully you'll be seeing Drew again in the near future. The move and being so far apart has really crippled his ability to be on the show, and I'm finally at the point where we're just doing the show one way or another. And I'm also going to be looking for potential new co-hosts, maybe rotating, maybe somebody permanent. But, you know, soon enough we'll be hitting September when we start getting new Doctor Who, where I will start doing my weekly Doctor Who viewing parties here, and getting a bunch of different people on with me to talk about what they thought about the latest episode of Doctor Who right after it airs. We'll put some episodes out fairly quick. If there's anything you want us to see, or if there's anything you particularly want to see, or send us, I mean, we'll take a look at it, or I will take a look at it, or, you know, review or talk about, please feel free to drop us an email at gallifreypirateradio@gmail.com. If you want to see us at a convention, if you want to see us do Doctor Who trivia somewhere, you know, let us know, and we're willing to travel and do crazy and wild and fun Doctor Who things. And that is about everything I have for this episode of GPR, which was mostly Doctor Who news, and also testing out the green screen. So if all works well, you will not see a green screen behind me, but a really cool piece of Doctor Who themed set dressing. So until next time, this is GPR signing off. Peace.